Hey everybody, okay, I'm jumping on here real quick. My phone has been blowing up, my emails have been blowing up. I was like, what happened? I did a taping earlier and it was before I checked the news. I didn't know about what happened with Don Lemon. Interestingly, one of my friends who's always on top of it said, did you notice that this happened right when this latest release and dump of the Epstein files, right? Another distraction, okay? Definitely got a ping around that in terms of the timing and why this is happening right now with Don Lemon and the other journalists. Now, so two things I want to look at. One, many of you are asking, look, I'm in red alert mode. Understood. Many of you are asking, is Don Lemon going to be okay? I understand. I'm on here at 3:15 Eastern time. I hear that he's in LA. They got him in LA because the other judge, remember, said no in Minnesota. So they waited till he got back to LA to do the Grammy Awards, apparently, to do this. And he is supposed to get arraigned at 2 p.m., I think, Pacific time. So that would be around 5 p.m. my time. He's got Abby Lowell, we understand, already on board as his attorney. So Don is going to be fine. But I'm going to go to Spirit. Spirit, please show me. How's he doing? How's Don Lemon doing? Is he being mistreated? Is he going to come out on bond? Page of Wands. Oh, man, he's fired up. Wow. He's fired up. We know he's a fighter. Don Lemon. How is he? Seven of Swords. Feels like he's not being told the truth because as far as we know, he is still in jail. He has not been given bond just yet. That should happen at the hearing today. The Four of Swords. He knew this was coming. Remember, I saw something that he put on, he's really active on various platforms and social media, but he said he knew after he attended that church protest. He knew after the Minnesota judge said, no, you can't go after him. He said he knew that this wasn't over. He knew it was coming, didn't he, Spirit? The Three of Cups. That's talk. He knew it was coming. I don't know if he knew exactly when they were going to show up, but he knew that's a deck intro card. He knew it was coming. Spirit, is he going to be okay? Is he Eight of Pentacles? He knew it was coming. Is he going to get released on bond? Is Don Lemon going to get released on bond? Ace of Wands, 150%. He's going to get released on bond. Now, but again, I'm feeling some concern about this other journalist. I guess there were 4 of them, but a couple of them who were there not to protest, but as journalists. That apparently was Don Lemon and this other woman. I'm sorry, I don't have the stories in front of me. Actually, you know what? Because somebody's going to be like, a Fefe, Miss Journalist, you should have said what you said. I mean, you should have gotten your stuff together before you went online. I'm looking on my laptop. Let's see. Journalist arrested Don Lemon, and let's see who else comes up. Georgia Fort, that's the name. Georgia Fort. Spirit, will Georgia Fort also be released? The Knight of Cups, somebody's going to step up on her behalf. I don't know that it will be Abby Lowell, perhaps, but I'm feeling like someone else will step up on her behalf legally, the Emperor. All right, maybe it will be Abby. Don might try and pull her in with him to help. But, so will Georgia Fort also be released? Ace of Swords. Okay. All right. So both of them are going to get out on bond. Not sure about the others, but I think the primary thing was what the energy that I was getting from many of you emailing me was, was Don Lemon going to, like, was he in harm's way? Was something going to be done to him? He's too high profile. I just heard Spirit's like he may get a little, what's her name? LaMonica MacGyvered, out of New Jersey, where there's gonna be this tit for tat back and forth. But also, Spirit, was this done in part today to distract or try and distract from the latest release of this Epstein material, which I haven't even had a chance to. I'm telling you, all day I've been doing the astrology reading for the full moon in Leo. I've been doing my normal political reading, and like things have been coming ding, 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 which I appreciate. We are a community together, and I mean that. I stand by that. So thank you for the messages. Let's see. Was this done in part? I'm also hearing, no, it was done because of all the embarrassments that Bondi has suffered. She really was embarrassed behind that, that she could not move against Lemon in Minnesota, that the judge there stopped her. So she, that was because she's all about any and everything that she can do right now to try and prove her worth to Trump, right? Was this an attempt to distract from the files that were released today? Knight of Pentacles. Slow it down. Lovers, slow it down. Fool, making people look in a whole different direction. And the High Priestess, look at how this is coming at the bottom of the deck. Secrets, the secrets that are being revealed. From her standpoint, the High Priestess. And so this was to get people to go in a totally new direction because of the whole hoopla now that's going to continue, rightfully so, around the First Amendment, and certainly as it pertains to journalists. But there's that, and the slow rolling of the production of files. Spirit and again, I'm going totally blind here, you all. I literally have not stopped today. I've been working all day. I have not seen anything in terms of what is actually in today's latest dump. I'm sure we'll also, I'll check back in with you on that. We'll learn more about that as the day progresses. Is what got dropped today in the Epstein files, the videos, documents, whatever got produced, is that going to make a difference? Do I even ask? Is that going to make a difference, Spirit? Page of Wands, certainly going to stir some, muck up some dust. Seven of Swords, though. Because we know by now, like, did they really, even though they say they didn't touch, I'm sure they're saying they didn't touch it, this is what it really is, but is it, though? Did it get manipulated? Did that data, or what got produced, did it get manipulated? Are there excessive redactions again? Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is another, one step forward, three steps back with these files. These files it's never going to go away, and they will. Spirit has always said, eventually, drip, 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 it's going to happen. But it is going to be a fight to the bitter end, and especially as long as Congress remains GOP controlled. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. And so, and by doing this, whether they Ace of Wands, Spirit is confirming that they're, it ain't what it looks like. Perhaps excessive redactions have been made again, etc. But then they can still use the excuse, well, but we have complied, even though we did it late, we've complied, so therefore you can't move, Congress can't move against Bondi, which there was the talk of doing that. Talk, but that's what this was about. This was another stalling tactic to ease up and give Bondi some breathing room. Bondi, Blanche, the DOJ in general, give them a little more breathing room and make it appear, yeah, but we did comply. Yeah, we were a little late. We had a lot of stuff to look over, but we complied. But what is ain't. It's enough to look really damning, but it ain't enough to get things to home plate. At least that's my judgment call. Again, going in without seeing any of it. That's just how it's looking in the cards to me. The main thing I wanted to get on here with you all is to know and confirm Don Lemon's going to be okay. Incredible representation with Abby Lowell. Georgia Fort, it looks like somebody, either Don himself or somebody else, is going to say, listen, we know Don is straight. We're not going to leave you out there to hang. You're still a part of it as well. So I have a feeling this is going to be like a side-by-side kind of situation with Don Lemon and her. She will get the help as well. They're going to get released on bond, and then, and then the next stage of the fight goes from there. All right, you all. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you a little bit later.